Hello everybody and welcome to Meet the Dog. I'm Chris and with me today is former stud dog Oakley. Oakley is from the Bugs litter. His parents were Walter and Laney, born back in 2017, I believe. He has several brothers and sisters, including Bumble, River, Sage, Basil, who went out as a therapy dog, among a few others. Oakley lived out in California for a bit before coming back here to New England. Let's see, hold on, I'm still trying to get up Explore while I do this, so I'm trying to multitask. As you can see, Oakley's a very big boy. I'm not sure his exact weight, but I would definitely put him well over 150. Just his head alone. He's got a very big head. His head alone, I think, would probably be about 10 or 20 pounds. Where is Explore? Ah, there it is. There we go. Alright, I'm going to open it up to some questions about Mr. Oakley, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. He's a very, very mellow guy, as you can see. Oakley, you want to come up? You want to come up here? You want to come up here? Yeah, there you go. There you go, buddy. Oh, what a good man. Here, you're sitting on a toy. Let me. Okay, you're fine. You're apparently fine sitting on the toy. You don't mind. And sorry about the late start. We had to get some things set up, and that involved getting the pups out of here, and that was as fun as it sounds. So any questions about Mr. Oakley? Good boy. Boy, yeah. Thank you, Crafty, with this fun fact. Oakley was designated as a stud, but never used. I think I knew that. I have never worked with any Oakley litters, so I think part of me knew that, but I did not know for certain. So thank you, Crafty, for confirming that. Good boy. Do you smell the pups, Oakley? You smell the pups? Barb V asks, what kennel is he staying in? Currently, he is staying in the barn. We tried keeping him in ice for a bit, but he was not a fan. He was whining a lot, so we ended up moving him over to the barn. He's currently on Donkey Hillside. He seems to be doing a bit better there. Definitely still pretty lonely. Still a bit whiny, but definitely a lot better than how he was over here. Follow-up question to that, Crafty asks, what does Oakley think about return to SDP? I think he seems pretty unsettled. I think he knows SDP, so it's not like he's freaking out, but it's very much that he misses his family. He wants to go home. He's not here with us for very long, so he will be going home pretty soon. But I think ultimately he just kind of wants to go home to his family. Isn't that right, buddy? You seem like you're a bit calmer now, huh? Huh? You seem like you're settling in a bit better. Bart VS, has he seen the puppies and what was his reaction? He did pass them. I have them in kennel 2 in ice right now, just while we're doing this. So he did pass them. He didn't really seem to have much of a reaction to them. I think he was still kind of in a state of like, where are we going? So he was a bit more concerned with that rather than the pups themselves. Though he was sniffing around a bit earlier, so I think he's curious about them. Crafty, Sunny is his litter mate as well. How is he similar and different than her? I actually don't know Sunny. I don't think I've ever had any interactions with Sunny. I think the only one of his litter that I've had any interaction with was Sage. And it has been a while since I've seen Sage. I don't think I've ever had any interaction with Sunny. I'm trying to think. No. He hears the pups. He hears the pups. The pups want to get back in here, and they're whining a bit, so he definitely hears them. What's that all about, buddy? Barbie asks, has he played with anyone? I did have him play with Jenny a bit today, and they were definitely playing for a few minutes. He kind of went back to his kennel after a little bit and just seemed to want to veg out. I think it's just part of him still trying to settle in. But he definitely did get a little bit of playing in with Jenny. They did pretty well together. I think it's hard because all the dogs are so much younger than him, and it's a different energy level. So I think that's a bit tough for him when it comes to the playing. But he did pretty well with Jenny. I don't know. He was here yesterday. I don't know if they had him play with anyone yesterday, or how that went. But as you see, he's pretty laid back. So I'm pretty sure we could put him with pretty much anyone. He would do fine. Crafty asks, the gifts Cole, Lucy, Nicholas, and Pete are his half siblings from Laney. How is he similar to them? I do see that. Lucy and Pete definitely look kind of like him, though Pete and Lucy are definitely a bit more narrow in the face, and he's a lot wider. I think they all kind of have this like laid-back energy to them. They're very, very laid-back dogs, which is nice. I think they all have that in common. Also, both he and Pete are very big dogs. Pete was a very big boy, very, very barrel-chested, I would say. And I mean, obviously, Oakley is a bit on the heavier side, but I think even if he lost some weight, he'd still kind of have that barrel frame. So I think he definitely shares that with them. Barbie asks, would you say he's more outgoing or more reserved? From what I've seen here, he's a bit more reserved. I don't know what he's like when he's at home. When they're at home, they tend to be, it tends to be night and day difference, especially where he hasn't lived here in a long time. So it's a bit of a whiplash being back. But at least while he's here, he's definitely a lot more reserved, as you can see. He's not really like he's pacing a little bit, but he's not like, say, when I had Bert in here, and Bert was kind of all over the place. Good boy. Crafty with another fact about Oakley. Oakley had some health issues and it was therefore removed from the breeding list. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. We're going to give it a few more minutes for any last minute questions about Mr. Oakley. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Some commentary. I don't know if you're picking it up, but we have some commentary from Mickey and Minnie in the background. Good boy. Always the butts with you guys. You never want your front end over here. It's always the back end. You guys stick right in my face. Huh? Always the back end. Barb the asks, what would Oakley like to say right now? That's a good question. I don't know Oakley very well, so it's a bit harder for me to just snap answer that like I do with some of the other dogs. I think he's wondering where his family is, you know? But have I got a surprise for you, buddy? You know, they're not too far away. Yeah, he's not here for too much longer, so he will be very happy about that. Though what's probably going to happen is he's finally going to settle in and then his family's going to show up. That's what usually happens for the shorter stays. Alright, I hear Mickey and Minnie winding up a storm, so I'm going to bring him back. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Sorry for the late start, and we will be back next week with another dog. Until then, everybody take care. Good boy. Okay. We'll get you back. You want to go back? You feeling like you want to go back? Mope a bit? Okay. All right. Let's mute this. Come on. There we go. Come on. Ah, that's why. That's why it's having so much trouble.